there. I know it's been almost a year since I've got a video out. For that, I apologize. I got a lot of things going on in life. I'm a pastor and I'm a father and a husband. And sometimes those things need to take priority over metal detecting and history. But I still love it and I'm still looking for it, and I found some. So I decided to start this intro right here for a reason. You see these mountains and valleys? They are beautiful, and these days they bring a lot of people just to enjoy that beauty, but it's not always been that way. For a long time, it was these mountains that kept European settlement out of the Appalachian Mountains. This was Indian country. Well, that started changing in the 1700s. And slowly, European settlement began to push its way in. And then in 1838, the gates flew wide open with the removal of the Native Americans, and the settlers poured in. So it's rare in the Appalachian Mountains to find anything colonial. But guys, I found one of those sweet spots. It's actually a spot that I was at 6 years ago. And man, my daughter was so little when she was with me, and I didn't totally understand what I was finding. But the pieces kind of fell together, and then, as it often goes, land ownership changed hands, and I lost the ability to hunt it. So for 6 years, I've driven past it being very hopeful, and the doors just opened again. So I've gone back to what I call my Colonial site. Now here's what I'm finding. It's actually a Native American village site. I went there with a detector hoping to find trade items. That's what I'm finding. And they're cool. They're small little pieces, but together they tell a pretty good story of early America in the 1700s in western North Carolina. Hope you enjoy this one. Well, guys, you're not going to believe what I'm doing today. I'm metal detecting. And this is a site that really excites me because it's got Colonial, just a touch. And probably the best possibility I've got of finding maybe a Spanish silver or an old coin or something like that. But I have never detected with an audience before. And I got one today. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'm on about my third or fourth target here. This was almost on the surface. I want you to look at that. Now that has got some age on it. Here we go. I'll have to research that. Can't tell. I think it's broken right there on the end maybe, but that's definitely in the right time frame, I do believe. We'll see if that goes back to late 1700s era. All right, so the next target was this nail, but even the nail is old. It's a square nail. So square nail. But in the same hole, that came out. That is a shard of Native American pottery. Looks like the outside's been burnished. Well, this one took forever to find. I'm pretty rusty when it comes to detecting. Right there. See it? Sorry for the wind noise, but what I've got there is pretty obvious. It's a brass tack, and I really wanted to, I'm trying to piece that in with something the Native Americans would use, and it just wasn't clicking for me until I reached out to some friends on Facebook. Now, they're kind of like reenactors or collectors of early colonial weaponry, in particular, trade guns. And this is what I discovered. Now all of a sudden, these little brass tacks that I'm finding, they're making a whole lot more sense. Check this out. Anything shiny, shining like gold, and that's what these tacks would have looked like. Man, the Native Americans loved them. They loved decorating weaponry, hatchet handles, leather with these little brass tacks. And so now I get why I am starting to pop them up here. Probably a lot of these laying around, but boy, they are hard to find with a detector. All right, that's what I was looking for right there. Musket ball. That's a nice one. Fired. Found quite a few of these hammered flat into game stones, and I think the Native Americans that occupied this site were the ones that did that. Very cool. All right, just like that, I'm on it. Musket ball number 2. Here's something new and interesting. What do you reckon that is? It's ornate. I'll see if I can clean it up and maybe see a little something on there. Probably just design though. Well, as it often happens, it's usually some of the most mundane finds that are the most interesting. This side plate's called a Serpent side plate, made specifically for Native American trade because they like the design. That little circle that I have, well, there it is right there. It's the Serpent tail loop. An awesome little piece of history. Maybe I'll find one intact one day. Well, I don't know what this is, but it rang up awful nice. It is pretty thick brass, so maybe a escutcheon or keyhole or something. You know what? Nah, that's asking too much. I wonder if that is for a knife. Like the piece that goes between the handle and the blade of a knife. Or a sword. I don't know. Probably dreaming a little bit there, but maybe somebody knows. All right, I just found one of those flattened pieces of lead. Although this one is a bit oval shaped, and most of them are round. Quite a bit thicker actually than this one. But flattened musket ball. Oh, now this is really cool. Okay, right here had a little scratchy, bouncy signal. Check that out. Now I know what that is because 6 years ago I was digging either the rest of this very same musket plate or a scutcheon. Can't remember what you call it. Anyway, that is cool. I'm gonna go home. I may have a piece that joins right up with this. Oh, that's so cool. Musket parts, probably trade muskets. Well, I'm going to leave you with a few more photos of some of these little pieces coming off of these trade muskets. I don't know why they were broken and damaged. That could have happened when the village was destroyed and burned by the Continental Army in 1776. Maybe they were just lost to time. There'll be more from this site, but for now, thanks for watching.